Building a Tenor Guitar Part 20 at randallprice.com.
The next step in building the tenor guitar is to cut a mortise in the neck end of the guitar to accept the tenon of the neck. The mortise that I need to cut is 3/4 of an inch wide, 3/4 of an inch deep, and about 2 3/4 inches long, and it extends from the top almost to the bottom of the guitar. I plan to cut this mortise with a router, so obviously I'm going to need some way to hold this guitar in a fixed position, and also some way to guide the router in order to cut this mortise accurately. So in order to do that, I built a fixture to hold the guitar in place, and on top of that fixture I'll mount a template that I can use with my router to cut the mortise. This is the fixture that I've built, and the whole purpose of it is to hold the guitar in a fixed position so I can cut the mortise. The guitar will fit into the fixture like this. I can clamp the guitar to the fixture. Like that, and I'll also clamp it at the bottom, and what this will allow me to do is to line the neck end and the tail end of the guitar up at a 90-degree angle to the platform of this fixture, so that when I cut the mortise will be in the proper orientation. So this whole structure on the back of the jig, get this clamped very well. This whole structure on the back of the jig is simply to allow it to be clamped to a work surface, something like this. And I actually designed this to fit on my workmate, which is what I'll use to when I cut the mortise. And I'll install that over here on the workmate so you can take a look at it. So the fixture will fit to my workmate. Like this. The guitar will fit onto the fixture like this, and I'll be able to line the guitar up at a 90-degree angle to this top. I didn't take the time to line this guitar up, but as you can see, I got it clamped securely to this fixture. And then next I'll be able to make a mortise template which will fasten to the top of this fixture, and I'll be able to use that to route out the mortise. Next I'll show you how I built this fixture.
First, I ripped the main back support to width. Then I cut it to length. Next, I worked on the side support pieces. I trimmed one end off square. And then I measured them to length. I used a stop block on the cross-cut sled so that both pieces were exactly the same length. To fasten the side support pieces to the back, I first pre-drilled holes in the back. And then I countersunk the holes. I cleaned the back off with a rasp from countersinking the holes. I used a board to align the ends of the back and the side support pieces. Then I screwed the back and the side support pieces together. I aligned the base support piece, pre-drilled the holes, and screwed it to the side support pieces. I clamped a board on the underside of the top to align it with the rest of the fixture. I measured and marked the underside of the top to align it from side to side on the fixture. Then I pre-drilled the holes and screwed the top to the rest of the fixture. I then measured and marked the top of the fixture for the rectangular hole that I need to cut into the top. I drilled a hole in each corner of the area that I need to cut out of the top. With the jigsaw, I cut from hole to hole along the lines that I'd marked onto the top. I couldn't cut the top where it intersected with the main support piece, so I simply took a hammer and tapped the waste piece out. Then I cleaned up the rough edges with a rasp. In part 21, I'll make the mortise template and cut the mortise into the guitar. For woodworking plans, tips, and techniques, visit randallprice.com.